Australia. The land of opportunities offers much more to aspiring immigrants than you would imagine. Great lifestyle, career opportunities, work-life balance, affordable quality education, social security and health benefits, incredible sports facilities, and world-class living, just to name a few. Australia has a strong economy and low unemployment rate, and offers salaries that well justify your professional credentials and expectations. Are you a skilled immigrant struggling to find your perfect job in Australia? Have you applied for several jobs and getting very few to no interview calls at all? Have you been interviewed but consistently getting rejection letters and wondering why? Are you a resilient professional who is really serious about investing your time and money in quickly finding your dream job? It doesn't matter whether you're in Australia or overseas, we are here to help you. Based in Melbourne, Career Launch Australia is a professional career mentoring service offered to global skilled immigrants to secure their perfect Australian job in weeks instead of months and getting paid what they deserve, even if they don't have local experience. Immigrant coaching is much more than just career coaching. It involves understanding the mindset and thought process of individual immigrants at an emotional level and professionally helping them with their job search. Empathy and heart-to-heart connection is crucial for immigrant coaching, and you will surely notice it in CLA consultants. Qualified professionals who have already got their Australian PR, work visa, or those who have applied for Australian PR and are likely to get their visa in the near future, proactively start working with CLA and acquire job search breakthrough techniques. This often results in them quickly securing the job they love after they migrate to Australia. CLA's proven success blueprints offers immigrant professionals practical tools and mindset they need to quickly succeed in their new life and career in Australia. CLA has been marketing their clients successfully into their preferred careers since more than 10 years, giving them both competence and confidence to win the high-paying positions they deserve. Our fully customizable mentoring package includes executive resume writing, LinkedIn profile, interview preparation, addressing key selection criteria, salary projection and negotiation, and most importantly, strategic networking techniques and connecting you with industry connections. A study shows that recruiters spend only 6 seconds reviewing an individual resume. Does your resume stand out in 6 seconds? On an average, every corporate job receives around 250 applications. Does your application hit the nail on the head? 89% of recruiters report hiring candidates through LinkedIn. Does your LinkedIn profile attract interest? 92% of employers and recruiters hire or plan to hire candidates through networks or referrals. How many recruiters do you know? 85% of critical jobs are filled via networking of some sort. Do you know how to strategically network with the right people and access the hidden job market? Average Australian full-time salary is $5,000 a month. You're losing this huge amount every month you're jobless for, and you're using your own hard-earned overseas money to survive in Australia. Could you afford to sustain this double loss? Time is ticking, so don't wait any further. Come and have a chat with us to quickly secure your dream job.
Welcome to this live simulcast of Career Launch Australia. You're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. Eleanor Roosevelt once observed, "Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent." My name is Rajiv Bedse. My guest today is Anirudh, who created strong belief in himself that he can get a job even if he does not have any prior experience. Anirudh, welcome to this simulcast of Career Launch Australia.
How are you doing?
Yeah. We are all doing well. Thank you so much. Now, Anirudh has a master's in mechanical engineering from the Melbourne Uni, and he is currently on TR 485 visa. Anirudh has just recently secured his ideal job as engineering BOM coordinator in a multinational truck manufacturing company in Melbourne. in this very month of December. So, Anirudh, hearty congratulations to you, and how does it feel?
Thank you. I'm really happy to have landed my dream job. And through this Christmas break, it's been quite a tough time, and I'm very happy that I could do it.
Oh, wonderful. I'm receiving, I've already started to receive the compliments for you. One of them is Aditya. Aditya has congratulated you on
Thank you,
your,
Aditya.
and there's one more, Janak.
Janak, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for these wishes.
Wonderful. So, from my memory, you
Yeah.
could not find a job in your field for around 6 months,
Yeah.
and you did not have a single interview during that time.
Yeah.
You were also looking for the option of paying around $3,000 from my memory for
Yeah.
doing an internship.
Mm.
So you weighed up all your options, and then you
Mm.
decided to enroll in CLA's mentoring program.
Yeah.
Why?
So, as you mentioned, like after I graduated, I've been applying jobs, and I've just been applying jobs, and I haven't been receiving any interviews or any responses from the employers. So I thought maybe I wasn't doing something right or anything. So, and then one of my friend actually landed a job by going through CLA, and so I looked at his testimony. I found it very intriguing, and then I booked a consultation with you as well. And then I really found that this might be the solution to this. And then I talked to a couple of people who actually completed the course and landed their jobs in my field as well, and in their own fields. So I talked to them, and they told me that by approaching CLA, that their mindset changed and the way they applied for jobs changed,
Hmm.
and also that we are focusing on landing a job, a perfect job, rather than going through internships. So that is the reason, like after receiving so many good words about the CLA from a lot of people who have gone through the course, I was like, this is something I should be doing as well.
Right. So you just mentioned
Yeah.
about your friends. Can you name a few? They'll be very happy.
Yeah, Sridhar, Pratik, and Sid, I've talked to them, and they really gave me good advice.
Ah, okay. That's wonderful. You're getting a lot of congratulations messages here. Here is one, Abhishek.
Thank you, Abhishek.
He's congratulating you as well. Then we have Shashwat. Shashwat, very nice to see you. Shashwat is one of our clients, an
Oh,
intelligent
that's
guy,
nice.
a wise man,
Hmm.
and a very persistent professional. So, yes, he's saying, great going, Anirudh.
Yeah.
Well done. And,
Thank you, Sashwat. That's
and he's
it.
saying,
It means a lot that people are doing it. Yeah.
oh, yes, absolutely. You
Yeah.
have no idea how many people you will be actually motivating today through this video itself.
Yeah, I'm
It's,
happy to
it's
do that. Yeah.
incredible. There's one more. So Shashwat is saying something else. A great coach. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Shashwat.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Nice to hear.
Definitely. I can agree with Sashwat. Yeah.
We have Umair.
Thank
Umair is
you, Umar.
congratulating you. Wonderful. Thank you, Umair. Thank you,
Mhm.
Aditya, Janak, Abhishek, Shashwat, Umair. I will be asking a few questions to Anirudh, and I would highly appreciate if you can ask specific questions to Aditya. He's more sorry to Anirudh. He's more than willing to answer all the questions that you guys may have.
Yeah.
So moving forward, Anirudh,
Mhm.
before enrolling with CLA,
Yeah.
you had the fear of not finding the opportunity to prove yourself, and you had the limiting belief that nobody will hire you because of your zero experience.
Yeah.
How did CLA's mentoring program help you in
Mm.
overcoming these negative emotions?
Yeah. So as I was applying for jobs and I wasn't receiving any interviews, so I gave myself reasons that because I don't have a PR, because I don't have experience, or like because I just used to give reasons why I couldn't land a job. But as I went through the program and we did on one day we were writing down why it actually is it really a fear or is it just what I'm telling myself. So after the session I realized that it is nothing, the fear has no base and it was unnecessary, and you just have to like going forward without any fear, and that is what kept me going, and then I finally landed the job. So it wasn't because I didn't have any experience or anything, and it was just something I was telling myself,
It was
and
just
which you helped me overcome. Yeah.
it was just the fear that you created, and it was just a limiting belief
Yeah.
that you had created for yourself.
Yeah.
Cool. So we have Juheel. Juheel wants to congratulate you as well. I mean, you have already become a celebrity, Anirudh.
Thank you, Jaheel. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we got another one here, Siddharth.
Thank you, Siddharth.
You watched his video,
Yeah.
and that's when you got pumped up. Isn't it amazing to see that the people who motivated you earlier are even now motivating you after you got a job? What an
Yeah.
incredible success.
Yeah.
Cool. So you are currently doing your PY and NATI also for getting your PR?
So since my first step is done, I'll be completing. I'll be start joining my professional year, and I'll be completing my NATI as well to go towards the PR points.
Right. So with the professional year, you get what, 5 extra points, is it?
Yeah, and NATI also gives 5 extra points.
Right. Okay. And that will make you more eligible to get a PR, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it usually the case with all fresh graduates that they do, or not
Yeah,
really?
right now it is because of the number of points required for engineering in Australia. It has become a necessity to do that. Otherwise, the other options are the sponsorship visas, which is also very has a very high possibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for your field at the
Mhm.
moment, how many points do you really need for getting a PR?
It's 95 points right now for mechanical engineering. For engineering in general, it's 95 points.
Okay. And
So if you yeah,
age,
yeah,
because of your age and because you're single, I think you get more points, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So would you advise people to do that, Nati and PY?
Yes, I would recommend doing it because you can't be sure if the company or the state is ready to sponsor you, and presently in this current situation, since the sponsorship visas are a bit out of hand, so completing the professional year and giving NATI gives you puts you on a better stage and with more points, and if you already have the 95 points, so even if next year the situation changes and the state agrees to sponsor you or the company agrees to sponsor you, it's anyways a win-win situation. Like you either have already have the 95 points to apply by yourself,
Mhm.
or you get sponsored. So I would recommend doing it, considering like it is because it takes 1 year. It is not an course that you just finish in 2 months and get on with it. Since it's a 1 year course and you have to plan ahead, I would recommend starting it as soon as you finish your graduation.
Okay. Well, let me notify everyone that whether it's Anirudh or Career Launch Australia, we
Yeah,
are not migration agents to advise you. So this is a very
yeah,
generic advice that we are providing you.
yeah.
I strongly encourage you to seek the advice of an expert or a migration agent, for that matter.
Mhm.
So we got some more congratulations messages. Oh my God, Anirudh, you are a celebrity. Rakshat Shetty, Mr. Shetty, how are you doing? Rakshat is one of my ex-clients, civil engineer coming from Middle East, and
Oh,
is currently in Sydney, and he's congratulating you. So thank
thank you,
you Rakshat,
Rakshat.
for being
Yeah,
online. We got Surender Kumar Goswami. Hi, Surender.
thank you, Surinder.
I have
Yeah.
never met Surinder. This is the first time I'm meeting Surinder, and it's the same
Yeah.
thing with Umair Sheikh as well, and same with
Yeah.
Juhail as well.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to see that how many people are actually plugging in, and obviously, then
Mm.
I'm sure they will have some questions for you.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
happy to answer them.
yes, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So, before enrolling in the CLA program, you had the challenge of approaching unknown people.
Yeah.
You were very reluctant. You were not
Mm.
interested in meeting meeting professionals and doing some professional networking.
Yeah.
How do you think? How did the CLS program help you in overcoming this particular challenge?
Yeah. So usually, like I used to only like talk to a close knit of people, and while applying jobs, I didn't do any networking. So like making that initial conversation was quite tough for me. I found it quite tough. But then, as I enrolled in the program, and you gave me assignments like talk to 5 new people every day, connect with people, call the recruiter. So by doing all this, I just call up a random, like I can just look at a number on the internet. I can call them and ask them what I want. So like that is that initial picking up the phone and calling or talking to a stranger is now not at all an issue.
So,
Like
wow.
yeah. So yeah, it's been that one fear that I have had most of my life is now I can say it's gone.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so nice to hear. We got Nidhi. Nidhi is congratulating you.
Thank you, Nidhi.
Nidhi is a
Yeah.
client that I'm mentoring at the moment, and in fact today
Okay.
we had
Yeah.
the very first session of Nidhi, and I'm sure she will
Oh,
be pumped up after watching
that's
your
nice.
video.
Yeah.
Abhishek has a question for you. Can you please
Yeah.
answer this question?
How did you from especially so yeah, initially before I joined Career Lunch, I made my own resume and everything. But as a guy with zero experience, the resume format is not suitable for a graduate. And then as I joined Launch Australia, and they crafted the resume for me, I actually found that I've actually not put the entire work that I did through my internships or projects in the resume, and I just that resume is really informative about my experience. And the same way, the cover letter also has been modified by Career Launch Australia to suit the uh, experience and role as I'm applying for the jobs. So that's how I got a new resume and cover letter from the previous one.
Right. Janak has got a question.
Oh, I'm very, very happy. Like I love working in mechanical, so I've been only looking at prospects in mechanical engineering. I haven't even applied in any other sector. So finally landing a job in mechanical engineering, it feels very good. That's
That's so nice.
mm,
I got Mukhlis. Mukhlis, Mr. Barazi. Mukhlis Barazi is our ex-client. Mukhlis originally comes from Syria, but he was
okay.
born and brought up in Kuwait. I remember, if I'm
Okay.
not wrong, Mukhlis. And he migrated to
Yeah.
Australia a few years ago, and
Yeah.
he's an athlete. I think he has, from my
Oh.
memory, he has
Mm.
done the full marathon at least once.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Thank you, Mokles.
Who else we have? We have Akash. Oh yes, Akash. Akash is also one of our clients.
Mm.
He wants to congratulate you as well.
Thank you, Akash. It's nice to see people congratulating.
So
A
many
lot
people.
of people. Yeah, that's
Yes, a
mm,
lot of people congratulating
yeah,
you, and more importantly than that, they are investing their time
yeah.
in
In watching this video,
watching
so
your video, and obviously they'll get some value out of it.
yeah,
So, but please share, the value that you received through the mock employer interview, which we conducted for you with a very short notice. I remember that night.
yeah,
In the evening, you said, "Well, Raju sir, I got an interview tomorrow," and I'm like, "Oh my God, how
mm,
can we have a mock employer interview?" And I slept at night at 9 o'clock. I slept at nine
mm,
o'clock, and at 10:30, I was thinking about you, and I just woke up.
Mm.
And I said, let me send you a message. And I think 10:36, I
Mm.
sent you a message that we will have a mock
Yeah.
employer interview tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock before I get busy with my scheduled sessions at 9 o'clock. So,
Yeah.
uh, how much did that help you?
So as you mentioned, like we had only like one day before the interview. I got the call the day before, and I called you, and I was like, I got an interview, and then I started preparing for the interview, like researching about the company or everything. And then I actually asked you for a mock interview, but you were quite busy. But then you at night you said let's do it tomorrow in the morning before I start my sessions. And even then I actually said that I will actually prepare because I haven't had enough time, so
Hmm.
I'll actually prepare by myself. But then once I agreed and we actually did the interview, it actually felt better because rather than just preparing by myself, if I'm actually talking in an interview environment, I know how I'm gonna answer, because in the interview it's not guaranteed you'll follow the script. You add your own style, and the questions are not going to be framed exactly the same. So when that happened, and I actually added my own style and like not exactly following the script, so I actually know how I will enter the interview and answer the questions. Rather than I'm like, if I read the script, I'll be like, I'll answer only this. But when I'm sitting there, I know how I'll exactly answer. So that was really good. And most of the questions that you mentioned, all the behavioral type questions, they were also almost similar questions.
Hmm.
So it really helped. Yeah.
Many of them were quite similar, when they.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, Juhil has got a question. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you or I can answer this question. Are you
Mm.
in Queensland, Anirudh? If yes, have you investigated on Visa 190? Well, I'm not sure whether you know the answer,
Mm.
but even if you do, Johil, we are not migration agents. So,
Mm.
yeah, so what do you
So
think?
I'm currently in Melbourne, not in Queensland, and I haven't actually looked into 190 visas. I was only concentrating on my job search, and then like looking towards what I could do for to getting more points for the PR. And 189 visa, that's it. I haven't looked into the 190.
Hmm. Well, again, that is something, Johil, you might want to connect with a migration agent and seek some formal advice from a migration agent, like I said to you earlier. So now that Anirudh, you have got a job, in your breakthrough consultation questionnaire, when I
Yeah.
asked how much money you want to earn, and you
Mm.
said I'm expecting a salary of between $3,000 and $4,500
Hmm.
per month.
Yeah.
Have you achieved that goal, or you have exceeded your goal?
Yes, as we discussed, as the average salary, I was like, yes, I need to. As a graduate with no experience, I thought I might not like. I had expectations, but I wasn't sure if I will reach them, because it depends. The companies are obviously hesitant about new graduates joining the company. But then after that, I actually achieved my goal, and I'm very happy about it.
Have you got that salary, or much more than that salary?
Yes, I did exceed the limit that I actually put for myself.
So it was just the brakes that you had applied on yourself, that, oh my God, I'm a fresher, I may not be able to get
Yeah.
that salary. But it kind of blew your mind when you got much more than that, isn't it?
Yeah. And that is one thing you actually mentioned. Don't sell yourself short. So
Hmm.
that's,
It's very important. Understand
yeah.
your self worth or your technical worth, and
Yeah.
then you will always exceed your own expectation because you got that immense potential. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of you believing in yourself. That's all. All right. So we're still receiving the messages. One more.
Jaydeep. Thank you, Jaydeep.
Jaydeep is a wonderful human being. I'm mentoring him at the moment. He's an
Oh, that's
experienced
fine.
electrical engineer. He's an
Okay.
Australian citizen, and
That's
he's
nice.
looking for a job in his field, and I'm mentoring him. So Jaydeep, thank you so much for coming over and congratulating Anirudh. Umair has one question which you might want to answer.
So this was actually my first interview that I got, and yeah. So yeah, in the last 6 7 months, this is the first interview that I got, and this is the first job. So that's it.
There you go, Amir. First interview, he cracked it through and got the job with the money that he never thought he'll be able to earn. Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah.
Aditya has got a question.
What did you say to the recruiters? Just like I said, this was my first interview, and like when I called recruiters, I did actually have to tell them that I was on my TR and on a 1.5 year visa. So sometimes they were hesitant to give call back for a few positions because I didn't have the PR. But for that, you just have to keep trying. And just like I said, right now I landed a job. I am on my TR, and so it's been almost 6 months since my TR is done, but still I got my job. So I think that should be a positive answer for you.
Isn't it amazing that how you can comprehend the thing the way you want?
Yeah,
And you can actually make the things happen for yourself, and so you very clearly told the recruiter that I am on 485 at the moment. This is when my visa expires.
yeah,
Obviously, they might have asked you whether you have any intention of getting the PR and all that.
yeah,
But the one thing that we can take away from this is that you don't necessarily have to have a PR, or you can be on a
mm,
TR, but as long as your intentions are clear that yes, you are going to apply for a PR later on,
mhm,
people don't really care less, do they?
yeah,
All right. Janak has got a question for you.
yeah. Do you have any previous no, I finished my bachelor's in mechanical engineering and then directly came to Australia for my master's. So with no experience, I only had internship experience and my projects that I did in the university. That's it. Nothing even outside of the university.
And your internship also wasn't for a long time, right? I think it was
No.
only 3 months.
Yeah, my overall internship experience is 3 months.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah,
There you go, Janak. No experience, no job in Australia, no PR,
yeah,
and still got a job. That's
yeah.
incredible. Janak has got another question. Let me just
Yeah.
take that.
What do you think? How much knowledge will affect an interview? So in the interview, like they actually in Australia, I like of the interview I went, or even the interviews of my other friends have attended. One thing for sure in Australia is they want to know how much of a team player or how much of your soft skills you can bring to the table. They do know that if you're invited for the interview, that means they do know that you have enough technical knowledge. They just want to know how you will fit in their office, like your soft skills, like are you a team player, or how you can manage conflicts or your problems, or how you manage priorities. So they want to know more about that, because they do know that if you graduated from a uni and if you finished your masters, they do know that you have technical knowledge.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
So, Anirudh, you have proved that getting your ideal job
yeah,
just before Christmas, and on the salary that you deserve is absolutely possible,
yeah,
even when you're on TR 485.
definitely. Yeah.
What changed for you after enrolling in CLS Ultimate Shift program?
Yeah. As when I went came through for the consultation, you mentioned how you will teach about strategic networking and improving yourself, changing your attitude. So, as one thing in the previous questions, I mentioned how I was not outgoing or meeting professionals. That is one thing that's changed. And then also my attitude towards job searching has changed. It's like you need to tell people what value you can add to them, and not just what you have. Like how can you do it? So all these sessions that involve your change in mindset, or any preparation for interviews, preparation for calls, everything that the program has took me through, everything had has changed how I search for my jobs, and not only jobs, but also I could say my personal life. The change of going and talking to strangers. It is not only for professionals, but also in personal life. Go out, meet people. make new friends. So it's impacted not only my professional but also my personal life. All
Mm.
these sessions that we went through, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we believe in. That's why
Hmm.
the mentoring that we offer, as you must have experienced by now,
Yeah,
is mentoring for development. It's not just for the coaching for performance.
yeah,
Uh, so we are completely focused on your personal evolution as well. At the same time, because at the end of the day, just getting the job is just the beginning. But after that, you'll be getting your PR, and
yeah,
um, my intention is that you should become a wonderful human being, and you should be able to pass on the information that we have shared with you, and so that more
yeah,
and more people get benefited out of it, and that's what I call as adding value to other people.
yeah.
One more congratulations message from Sugandha.
Thank you, Skanda.
Sugandha is a wonderful human being. We have mentored her, and she's a business analyst by profession in IT, and incredible human being.
Yeah,
Very persistent, very resilient as
yeah,
well, and she has got a very strong commitment as well. So,
nice.
Sugandha, thank you so much for your kind
Thank
words.
you.
Um, Umair is saying that it's commendable that you did not have any local experience, you did not have
Yeah.
any experience from before, and this is your first job in Australia and your first interview, and you cracked it through.
Yeah. Thank you, Umair, once again.
So, was there anything in particular that really impacted you in this entire program?
Definitely during the sessions that we discussed about the limiting beliefs and fears, that was actually a breaking point, I would say, because that is what I've been telling, like, because it's been what 6 months and it's been 7 months that I haven't had a job. And so since it's been that long, I've been actually telling myself, giving reasons for not getting the job and everything. So when we actually spoke it out about what's stopping me or what's my fear, even like fears maybe not even related to job, but in general, in character. So everything that's changed, as I mentioned, like once we wrote down and once we actually decided that these were nothing but just random thoughts growing in your head, which were you were putting in yourself. And that's when I started reaching out to people and change my mindset. So that's, I would say, is the best part about the sessions we had, about going deep within yourself and changing yourself.
So, you mentioned that you did not have a job for 6 months,
Yeah,
um, and you were absolutely you were being persistent,
yeah,
but you were not sure if you were persistent in the right direction or not, because it wasn't giving you the job or even the job interview
yeah,
for that matter. So
yeah.
in those 6 months, what was actually going through your head? Will you get a job or you won't get a job, or what
Yeah,
was?
that's it's all mixed. It's all I can't like this thoughts coming here and there like a meteor shower going in and around. So yeah, it has been very like stressful. It's been very quite challenging to go through that. But yeah, in the end, it's about only being persistent and keep trying, and then
Yes,
you finally get the job.
and
That's
the end result is worth celebrating.
yeah,
Sugandha had a question for you as well.
yeah. Yeah, skill set for job description. I'd say my one of my internship experience includes working in a manufacturing environment, and so my skill set is in relation to, and even my degree is in mechanical engineering, and as it is a manufacturing company, my experience did align with the job description. Not completely, but yes, I would say they know that I can get the job done because of my previous internship experience.
It's very hard for anybody any employer to find a
Hmm.
perfect match or an ideal
Yeah.
candidate. I don't believe there exists one.
Yeah.
They will have to make a compromise this way or the other, and of course, you will need to make some compromises yourself as well. But I believe,
Mm.
Sugandha, as long as you fulfill the expectations, you fulfill most of the expectations or the requirements, you should be
Mm.
fine with that. And you don't have
Mm.
to be fussed about being a perfect fit for the job. I think. Would you agree, Anirudh?
Definitely. Because as you mentioned, it's a multinational truck manufacturing company, and I don't know anything about trucks, because it's
Mm.
not like in mechanical engineering you work with trucks in your coursework. So that's definitely because they're just looking for a candidate who knows, who can get the job done. It's not like they're recruiting the perfect guy. They just want to know the guy can become perfect.
And I strongly believe that mechanical engineers, in particularly in Australia, have got so much of scope in different domains and different industries, such as food industry or even construction industry or automotive industry and
Yeah.
agriculture industry and even biomechanical industry.
Yeah.
So there are jobs. It's just a matter of knowing
Mm.
how to find a job. I believe
Yeah.
because you might know how to fix a particular thing, but what if you don't have the tools for it? That is where most
Yeah.
people get stuck, I think.
Mm.
Cool. Nidhi, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Uh, this is second question, Nidhi.
I didn't receive any positive response before I joined the program. I was just applying, and most it was always, sometimes they got back to me, sometimes they didn't. But no, this was my first positive response that I got.
So this was your very first interview in
Yeah.
Australia,
Yeah.
and you cracked it through,
Yeah.
and you got the job.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible achievement. That's absolutely incredible achievement, and I'm not the only one who is saying that. Moxley is saying that as well.
Thank you, Mokles. Yes, I hope you can take something from this. Yeah.
Moxley is he is a
Yeah.
gentleman. I love
Yeah.
Moxley. I love all of my clients. Moxley is a thorough gentleman, and
Yeah.
whenever I post something, he always responds to my posts on LinkedIn and on
Yeah.
Facebook and kind of things. And that's what I believe in. I believe in forming those relationships which will last for forever.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to aspiring fresh graduates who are in your situation,
Mm.
um, who are looking for getting a job in their field,
Mhm.
and how they can get that assistance from Career Launch Australia.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I've after joining the program is one thing is I could actually keep it simple and say that you have to be persistent and the right direction, and CLA can show you that direction. That's
Mhm.
If I had to just keep it simple, that is what I would say. That's what you've been doing for quite some time, and you've been successful, and it shows why. So
Do you believe that bringing that paradigm shift in your thinking really, really helped you?
yes, definitely. Like it changes as you start keep making changes. Like on the first day, it might be tough. On the second day, you slowly start changing yourself, and by the end of the week, you did change your personality. Like you change the way you approach, you change the way you think. So it's about bringing that change in yourself, and I believe that Career Launch Australia has definitely helped with that.
Oh, thank you so much. We have Kunal. Kunal Safali asking this question. Is it hard to get a job in mechanical engineering field in this COVID?
COVID.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Definitely not, because I've been actually applying for jobs and I cracked my job interview recently. So I wouldn't say it is a tough thing because of the COVID. specifically. So it's just you have to just keep trying and go for it. That's
I interviewed a client, Robin, and when I interviewed Robin, he was working in that company, so he had a job. And
yeah.
a few weeks after that interview, Robin actually lost the job
Okay.
because of COVID.
Okay.
But within another couple of weeks, Robin got
Mm.
another job in his
Okay.
field and on a
Mm.
better salary than he was before.
That's nice.
So, Kunal, I
See.
think COVID is just an excuse. Look, I honestly believe that whenever people are not finding the job, the natural tendency is to hide behind the bush,
Yeah.
just to find some excuse for yourself.
Mm.
But I guess Anirudh is a very good example. He's a classic example of warriorship, of persistence, like you said earlier.
Mm.
Now, Anirudh is somebody who has got the first interview. He cracked it through. He got the job on a salary that he did not even imagine he would get. That may not be the situation with everybody. I can understand
Mm.
that. People are different. People's situations are different. But what the message that you want to take away, everybody, the message that you want to take away from this is do not give up, isn't it?
Yeah. That's you just have to keep trying.
And Mokhlis is saying, definitely, I'm taking a lot out of this interview. Thank you, Mokhlis.
Thank you.
So I think we have invested a lot of time, and thank you to all the attendees who have been kind enough in investing their time into this interview. And I hope that all your questions have been answered to your satisfaction. And Anirudh, now that you have earned your ideal job and you have improved your networking skills, I sincerely wish that you get your PR soon, and
Mm.
may you wish to get your parents across to Australia
Mm.
very soon. And even if they don't want to migrate here permanently, they'll be very happy to see you and your progress. And
Yeah.
you're getting married, and you're buying your first home here in Australia. So may all your wishes fulfilled by the Almighty in this country.
Thank
And
you.
I'm really, really thankful to you for giving this wonderful video testimonial, which I'm pretty sure
Um,
will motivate a lot of people who are in your situation. So, once again, on my own behalf and on behalf of Career Launch Australia, I immensely thank you.
yes. Thank you for inviting me as well. I'm happy that I can see people are taking inspiration from this. So I'm happy that you invited me to give this testimony as well. And I would
Good.
also like to thank Career Launch Australia for giving me the mentorship sessions.
So, thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody who has attended this session, and all those who are watching this recorded session. I'm sure you'll get a lot of value out of this. And if you need any kind of help from us, we are here to offer you professional help. We have been doing this since a very long time. And one of my old friends, Shirish Pofle, he's from India, and he's saying that when you keep doing the things in the right direction, you will
Yeah.
keep getting the results that you want. So, Shirish, I really thank you so
Yeah.
much. I know that it's pretty early in the morning there in India.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being there with me. And he has sent this message in
Mm.
Marathi. You probably may not be able to understand,
Yeah.
but that's exactly what it means, that you keep doing the things in the right direction and you will get the fruits. So once again, thank you all, and
Thank
I
you.
wish you all a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Yeah. Thank you. I wish you the same.